welcome to the next video of my LEC Summer 2022 preview. We're covering SK Gaming in this video. I know yesterday I said I was going to do Misfits, but of course Misfits are not going to be 8th. SK is going to be 8th. No improvements this offseason. They didn't do anything with their lineup, and despite Misfits getting worse, I don't think they're at the SK level. Since you're probably new to the channel, I have been an SK, I wouldn't say hater, but I have been critical of SK throughout all of spring. I've been critical of SK for a long time in general. Surtus is a nice ad, but I do think this team is not all that great. Kind of very stagnant. I'm not inspired by this team much at all. 7 and 11 in spring. 8th place, 8 and 10 regionally, finishing 7th in the region. They made some moves at the academy level, getting a new mid laner and Phantomless and a support in Seal. I don't really, those moves aren't massive. And on paper, really, I don't think that they're all, it's a mixed bag when it comes to how it affected the academy team, at least based on stats without watching it, because I don't watch EU Masters. There's a couple things for certain with this team. I believe top and support are the strongest players on it. Gen X changed his name to Gen NX instead of Gen X like it was before. 2.8 KDA, 874 CS per minute, farms very well given for the fact he has 61% KP, so he's in the fights and he's farming. 23.3% gold share, 24.2% kill share. Honestly, that's secondary carry numbers. Looking at this, usually you see top laners around 21 to 22%, and even in some cases lower than 21%. But Gen X is high at 23%, 874. I mean, it's because of all that farming and getting so many kills, played 9 champions in 18 games. One of their better players on the team, honestly. Alloy below him, I'm going to pronounce it Alloy. 258 CS per minute, 852 CS, 258 CS per minute, 258 KDA, 852 CS per minute. Very solid. 852 is very good. Anything above 8 is good when you look at it. 49.3% KP. This is the thing though. Because he has 49% KP, this means he's on his own. He's in his own lane. He's not getting involved in fights. He's affecting the game in another way, which is why his CS is so high. That is the difference between him and Gen X, because Gen X is at 874 but is in the fights, where this guy is not. That doesn't mean that he isn't valuable or useful, because in last year's the spring's meta, it made sense for this to occur. 21%, nearly 22% kill share, nearly 23% gold share. So he was one of their better players on SK Prime. Did very well, played 11 champions in 18 games, and had high CS numbers, which is pretty good. Jungle Gilius, I think this is the weakest role on the team. Gilius, I do not think is that good. He's a facilitator. I love facilitators, but he gives up so much. His CS per minute's under 5, 4.86. That might be the lowest of the starting junglers I've went over in all of the LPL. Pretty much all of the LCK, 7 teams. Even the worst LCS teams, like 486 is awful. That is awful CS per minute. 67.3% KP. That isn't even super high KP. 70% is like, okay, we're getting somewhere here. This is good. But anything below 70%, when you have under 5 CS per minute, like it should be up by 75. So either you're not creating anything that's actually working, so your attempted ganks are failing, or you are literally getting invaded on all the time, losing your camps. Like it's awful. 14% kill share. That's very bad. That's like, that's awful. 17% gold share. Played 7 champions in 18 games. Excuse me. 7 champions in 18 games. I think Gilius is sleeping when he plays. They should have brought up Ekis. Ekis, very different jungler. His CS per minute's above 6.5 at the Academy EU Masters level. He should be brought up. I'm calling for it right now. That should happen. That should have already happened. 658 is very good, nearly 5 KDA. Arguably, maybe he should get a look on another team in 2023. I'd be pissed if I was him when you see Gilly is struggling, nearly under 60% KP, which is a problem. That is a problem, under 60% KP. But he is farming well. So at least you are getting ahead in some way. You're getting ahead in farm in the jungle v jungle matchup. You may not be creating anything. Nothing may be happening as a result of your attempts to create a play, make a gank or whatever. But his farm. Excuse me, damn it. I don't know what's got me so tired. 658. CS per minute offsets at 60%, 23% kill share, 20% gold share. So the return on investments there. Very, very good player. I think he should be getting a look. Hopefully in 2023 he learns how to make, get involved in team fights more, create more, and maybe even if he gives up a little bit of that CS and he drops from 658 to 6, which is much higher than the golden rule of 5.5 being average. You could see a guy ready for the LEC in 2023. Sir Toots in mid, solid, 379, 8.8. His numbers actually look better than I thought they would. 70% KP along with 8.8 is very, very, very good. Despite the jungler kind of leaving him out to dry, he's a very good player. 23% kill share, which is actually 22.7, which is slightly less than the 23% gold share. Played 8 champions in 18 games. Sertus is not the problem with this team. He is pretty solid, an above average mid laner. That's only going to get better because I believe he was a rookie in spring. Phantomless behind him. They brought him in for the academy mid lane role. He is not good, at least based on his spring stats. 7.9 CS per minute at an EU Masters level. We're not even at the bare minimum of 8.5, at least in my eyes. And you're at a lower level competition. 60% KP, so he's not even getting into fights. So he's not farming well. He's not getting in a lot of fights. 17.6% kill share, 20.6% gold share. So he's putting up jungler-like numbers in mid lane. Played 11 champions in 18 games. Maybe he should take some notes, drop that down to 7 or 8, and improve those before he goes to 11. He's not going to get to the LEC unless he figures that out. Or they figure that out. Sorry, I don't know why I said they figure it out. Bot lane, Jezu, another player that I think leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not a big Jezu fan. I don't think he's that good. I think Treats is carrying Jezu through laning phase. Treats I have high praise for. But Jezu near 4 KDA, which is good, but just slightly over 9 CS per minute. That is not good. He's probably giving up 1 CS a minute to the opponent. Almost, 9 out of every 10. 67.8% KP, which is actually pretty high for an 80 carry, but we do see 80 carries with 70 KP and definitely higher than 9 CS per minute. 34% kill share, 24% gold share, so he gets the kills, gives him enough gold to carry the game, but if he farmed better, he could actually carry the game hard. 8 champions in 18 games. Behind him, you have Gadget. Gadget, formerly of Unicorns of Love. I remember him playing some weird things in bot lane, and honestly, I thought that was real interesting. Unicorns of Love, I believe it was Worlds 2020, were definitely a team that were interesting. But, 7.9 CS per minute ain't going to work in the bot lane. He's picking weird stuff, and it ain't working. And he played a couple Senna games, and that maybe he would have had just over 8, but he has CS per minute under 8 with a lot of 80 carries. 68% KP, 34% gold share, so similar to Jezu, gets the kills with 34% kill share, which gives him 23% gold, so he is getting the gold, but his farm is killing him. Played 10 champions in 18 games. That is his thing, though, is playing all this weird stuff. It's hard for me to say limit your champion pool, but 7.9 CS per minute ain't cutting it. Treats, one of the better supports in the LEC, even went to jungle last year. A failed experiment, but 2.59 CS per minute, 66.4% KP, which is around where Jezu is. I'd like that to be higher, but I know Treats is holding Jezu's hand in lane. 8 champions in 18 games. Seal played 10 games, 6 champions in EU Masters with somebody, I forget who. 365 KDA, 79 KP, so he got into fights in those 10 games. He did things, he facilitated. Nothing was happening without Seal being involved. We'll see if that helps Gadget. Gadget needs all the help he can get. This team, like, I can't harp on enough. Jungle and bot are a problem. Really holding this team back a lot. And it is in just simple farming. You're losing so much. Like, hypothetically, Gilius versus Ekis. Like, Ekis is at a lower level of competition, but he's still getting 1.7 CS per minute more. 17 CS in 10 minutes, just outright, just on average, at a lower level of competition. So we can almost cut that in half, and it's still like 10. Sure, it's 8, but round up to 10. Like, it's not, I don't know why they didn't make that move. I didn't even know this guy existed before I did this, and I don't understand it. I really don't. Comment down below. If you watch EU Masters, what do you think of Ekis, and why isn't he starting over Gilius? If you're an SK Gaming fan, like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content as I continue my LEC previews as we head into summer split. I've got LPL videos going out, LCK, LCS. League of Legends roundups come back with the LPL this Thursday, so stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, thank you for watching.